Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Look at that. From the Sugar Shack World Headquarters, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Vernon Wilhelm on the Gullo Ford Club Cruise. How fun. Conrad has the racing calendar and the car clinic, and later we discuss the stories making auto news headlines this week. Stay with us for 3 hours of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
3 hours?
Howdy, along with David Ainsley, filling in for the sick Mike Mars. King Conrad DeLong, fresh back from vacation, ladies and gentlemen. We always need more.
Yay.
Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday morning. It's going to be a fun-filled morning. I can tell you already because David's been here for the past 90 minutes trying to get to this point in this studio for us to be on the air, if you want to call it that.
It didn't take that long.
And it goes much smoother when David's here, because when Mars is here, it's a train wreck.
Mars, you didn't hear that, Mars.
Yes, you threw him under the bus.
You just
wow, that was not nice.
That wasn't nice, but it's okay. We're not nice to Mars, and we all know.
It's typical Conrad. There you go.
David, how are you?
I'm well.
Lack of sleep?
A little bit.
Yeah. So, David, as you know, we've talked about this before. David is the chief bottle washer in the engineering department for a group of radio stations here in the Houston area.
He's the head
that has absorbed more radio stations. Here, David, let me sum it up for you in just one little action this morning. And that kind of sum it all up.
Entire day.
Yeah.
Every
day.
Yes, do you guys have now?
I have 5.
He's
6,
moving.
including this one.
And you're moving.
Yes.
Sweet.
Moving some studios over, upgrading hardware, software, all of that.
Got any leftover
Well,
equipment?
that's why we use you here, because we know you know how to do it.
Let's ask David about how it went when he hit the button for some new programming software to integrate all the stations. How did that go for you, David? It went right.
We're off the air. All the lights came on. Like, oh my God, what happened?
Was Mars there?
Yeah. I saw him around the corner with the cable in his hand.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I can order new cables for that.
Wow.
Well, let's get to Vernon so they can get it
we
started.
We should have a great show today. We invite you to stay tuned. 3 hours of the show, and of course, we're on every digital outlet I think that there is in
40
the world.
countries.
40 countries worldwide. All right. So Vernon Wilhelm, Northside Mustang Club, and the Gullo Ford Club Cruise that's about to take place. Good morning to you, Vernon.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know you have nothing to do. You probably got a whole load of cars out in the parking lot ready for this cruise. And behind the camera this morning is our good friend, Randy Weldon.
Randy.
And so we appreciate both of you guys talking to us this morning. There's Randy. So, Vernon, tell me about this. Is this an annual event? Is this a first of its kind or what?
No, this is actually our second one. We did this last year. Actually, this is going to be our 5th cruise of the year now. We are big into cruises and getting our members out there and having a little bit of fun.
Well, I sure hope that you bring with you the air conditioning guy, because if anybody loses air conditioning today, they're going to be down and out.
That's what we got Randy for.
Randy Weldon. Randy's good for something, and that's a good thing for him to be good of. Yeah, we got it.
I am MVAC certified.
All right, well, that's good to know. And he's got a big jug of Freon in the back of the car, and we're ready to go. So where are you guys going today?
We're going to head over to Anderson, to the Grimes County courthouse, and we're going to travel through the downtown 105, around up 1774 over there, and then take a few pictures. I mean, it's a beautiful courthouse, and then we're going to leave from there and head into the National Forest and wind around through there and get up to Huntsville, where we're going to take the time to eat lunch, and then we'll finish up there and head on over to the Texas Prison Museum before we head on back.
So, there seems to be a lot of jails and prisons and incarcerations going on in this tour. The courthouse there in Grimes County, I believe, has a jail in the upstairs of that facility, and you're going to wind up at the prison museum. And
right near the Walls unit.
I think that the old Sparky is in there.
I was going to say, who's testing old Sparky?
It isn't it?
I'm definitely supposedly there's a letter in there from Bonnie and Clyde when he sent it to Ford saying that how much he appreciated the car that Ford built, even though that he knows Mr. Ford didn't appreciate the kind of business he was in.
Well, how fun! I did not know that. Is that where that original letter is?
Mm-hmm. That's why I understand that the letter is.
I'll be
praising the flathead Ford V8.
Well, it was an accomplishment that carries on today. Yeah.
Yes.
And not in the flathead form, but it certainly, the V8 was a true game changer, as it were. So how many people are going to go on this cruise?
We've got 21 people that are headed on, beyond the cruise. Now that's 21 vehicles. We'll have, so we can end up with, 40 plus people. And then we also have 127 that are interested. So we know how many of those are going to show up.
Well, is this strictly a Mustang thing?
No, sir. This is open to all car enthusiasts, no matter what you drive. This is out this to have fun with the whole community. You can bring your Chevy, your Dodge, your import. We'd rather you drive the Ford Mustang, but it's open to everybody.
So and they could always trade in and buy a new Mustang from Gullo.
Well,
yeah.
the only other thing that I can think of is that there's probably going to be a lot of nose thumbing going on up and down the track today.
Correct. There will be.
All right. What kind of car do you have?
Well, I've got a '67 Fastback Mustang. I don't have this on the cruise, but I also have, or my wife has. I better correct that. She's got the 06 converted Mustang that looks like a 67 Fastback.
Oh wow!
Tribute cars those are too.
How cool is that?
Yeah, they're tribute to the Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers.
I didn't.
Y'all have seen them?
I don't know if I have. If I have, I didn't recognize it.
I think we saw them down when we were at the Aviation Museum at Ellington Field. They were kind of parked right out the front door to the left. The guy had the 67 tribute cars. So there's a front end change that's very much 67-ish, and then the back end change. Nice conversion.
How fun! I guess I just didn't recognize it or know it. Do they still sell these conversions?
Yes, they do.
So I can buy a new Mustang and have it converted and have it look like a 67.
Yeah, they're converting 05s to 2014s.
05 to 14s.
Wow.
New powertrain, classic body style.
I love it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they do that also for other manufacturers as well.
Well, I was going to say, I think that Camaro is into that. Camaro and Trans Am.
Yeah, but this is a Mustang event.
I understand.
They don't want you to talk about the mullet head.
But he said you could bring
Isn't that
anything
right,
you want.
Vernon?
You could bring anything you want.
Right.
Jeff wants to bring the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That is perfectly.
See, I knew it.
But he's in Sugarland, so he best get in it now and haul donkey to get there.
Haul donkey, yeah. So he'll have to meet you at the Grimes County jailhouse.
Yeah, maybe you'll be in it, right?
Yeah, and his Cadillac could be on the hook.
Yeah, on the hook out front
Again.
Yeah. Now Ainsley, I think that he needs to bring the van. Did you bring the van today?
Yeah,
I brought the van.
It's awesome.
And so let us just kind of go off of the sidetrack here and let's talk about Ainsley's van. What year is that thing?
It's gorgeous.
It's an 03.
A 1903, a
1903.
a 2003 model
Odyssey.
Honda Odyssey.
V6.
And when you bought it, how many miles did it have on it?
36,000 miles.
36,000.
And what's it got on it now?
57.
That's not
57. Well, you took a big trip up to the UP.
Yeah, I
of
drove
Michigan.
it up north last year.
Yeah. Boy, that's a brutal trip.
It's a 24-hour drive, 2 days. It was tough.
I know. Yeah,
That's why they
I don't
invent
think-
airplanes. I flew in.
Yeah, I did that
Hey,
this
boy,
year.
were
We've got
his
a
arms
class for it out
tired.
there at the fall show. We got a class for it.
You do?
We do. We got 45 classes.
45 classes of take the van. And so David called. We
That's
were
the
talking.
soccer mom class.
There you go.
David and I were talking
Hey.
talking yesterday afternoon, arranging for David to be here today. And I said, "Well, David, come on, let's do this thing." Well, I gotta wash the car first. The van? Yeah, the van. How about the car wash? Oh no, I don't run it through a car wash. I'm gonna hand wash it out in the driveway. The van.
Oh yeah.
So
It's a chick magnet.
it is a chick magnet. Uh huh.
A tick magnet?
A chick magnet. Yeah. Well,
Ticks and
at any
fleas.
rate, we kind of go off track here. Pardon us. So
Well,
we're,
Vernon,
I want to know where you guys are going to have lunch.
We're going to have lunch at the City Cafe in Huntsville.
City Cafe in Huntsville. What time are you scheduled to be there?
Probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Okay, so for those people that have nothing else to do and want to get stuck in traffic all the way up to Huntsville this morning, then meet them at 12:30 and have lunch with them. That'll all be a good. And it's kind of like a throwdown car show in the parking lot of the City Cafe in Huntsville. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so you can talk to the people. Oh, I like that car. Oh, I like that conversion.
Yep.
Well, there they are. They're all there, and they'll be willing and more than willing to talk to you about that. How fun!
And
Well,
then get that piece of pie.
oh, is that what they're known for?
Yeah.
The pies.
Gillo's been a big supporter of the Northside Mustang Club for quite some time, haven't they?
They have, definitely have. We can't say enough about Gullo and what they've done for our club.
And it's real nice to see the OEM dealerships supporting the car clubs in the community.
It is. We it's hard to do this without their support.
I just thought it was cool that
Well, you started the conversation. I'm waiting for you to continue the conversation.
Drinking water.
took a drink of water.
Okay, that's a good
You
experience.
guys should ask Vernon about his November 4th car show.
Well, wait just a minute. Randy Weldon, the voice out of the clear blue sky. November what car show?
November 4th. We'll have our fall open car show.
Where is that going to be?
That is going to be at Bull Solace Park in New Caney.
Bull what?
Bull Solace Park.
Bull Solace Park.
SOLAS.
What did you say? 45 classes?
We have 45 classes. In these classes, we have a first, second, and also a sponsor award. Every class has a sponsor. First place comes with a $50 check and a trophy, and then we have our second place, and then a sponsor, and then we'll have 8 best ofs. Ford, Dodge, Chevy, paint, interior. Those will be a trophy and a $150 check, and then best of show is going to be a nice trophy and $400 check.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah. And so
Where could people go to register?
Carshowfun.com.
Carshowfun.com, and that's Saturday, November the 4th in Bull Solace Park. Where'd you say
Yes.
that is?
New Caney,
New
Texas.
Caney.
And we opened the show about 2 weeks ago, and within 2 weeks, our 40 spots that we had indoors are full. They're gone. Our covered
Indoors?
parking now- We have indoor, we have covered paid parking, and outdoor parking.
And that's
Right.
is that for the show cars you're talking about?
That is for all the show cars. We're expecting somewhere between 200, 250 cars at the show.
Wow. That's nice. November the 4th. It's a Saturday. What are the hours of that show?
We will start bringing cars in about 8 o'clock, and trophies will be between 2 and 3. Well, we have an indoor area for the stage, all our trophies, and surprising enough, I mean, this is we're getting a lot of cars coming out of city. There's at least 8 cars coming out of Dallas, a couple out of Sherman, Texas, some out of Beaumont that have already signed up for the show.
Well, how sweet is that? Most of them Ford Mustangs?
And no, out of Dallas, we've got a 66 Nova coming, a 55 Nomad. We got a 62 Corvette coming out of Beaumont. So we're getting a lot of attention, in a lot of cars that are not
Mustang.
Yeah,
You say you've got somebody bringing a pre-production Mustang?
Yeah, we here just signed up this weekend, pre-production Mustang, 1964 and a half. It's believed to be one of the 150, 200 that were actually produced before the original release date of the Mustang.
Oh, wow.
And he is already signed up for the show, too. It believes to be the first convertible ever built.
Wow.
That's really something.
Yeah, I've already put the link on our social media for the registration page.
But we believe it's going to be a good show. Plus, we're going to be setting up some dartboards, and we're going to put Randy in front of the dartboard.
Well, that's always a good time. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. It's 8:15. You got 15 minutes to
Saddle up
to get the cars on the road and start your day-long trip around the Sam Houston National Forest, basically. And they're going to wind up in Huntsville in the penitentiary.
We've got a couple more of these cruises planned for the rest of the year too. Another one coming up in September. We're going to be heading over to Schulenburg.
Well, that'd be good. All right, and it's an open cruise, so anybody can go on that.
Cruise, yes.
Vernon and Randy, thank you guys so much for being with us today.
Thank you, guys.
And you all be safe on your cruise.
Yep. Take care. All right. The N-Wheel Time race card is sponsored by Texas Nostalgia Modified Production.
NHRA this weekend is at Kansas.
Erica qualified second.
Second so far.
Right, just by a tick
Got 2 more rounds of qualifying today.
behind Greg Anderson. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then next weekend they're at Brainerd in the zoo.
Oh, my God.
And then Labor Day weekend is always the big go, the U.S. Nationals at Indianapolis.
Indy.
And then September 14th at Maple Grove as they start the countdown. Well, the countdown ends at U.S. Nationals, and then the finals for the national championship begin at Maple Grove. NASCAR is at the Indy Road Course this weekend, so they go in reverse through the Indy Road Course. And then next weekend, they're at Watkins Glen, so they do 2 road courses back-to-back.
I saw a promo on last weekend's IndyCar race, which was very good, by the way. So I guess today is IndyCar and tomorrow is NASCAR?
Correct.
At Indianapolis.
Running the road course.
Running the road course. That'd
be a great weekend.
What a ticket.
Years ago, they used to have, when it was the Busch Series and the IRL would run on a Saturday at the same track, because I've been to many of those events.
Wow.
And then they would run the NASCAR Cup or the Winston Cup.
I had no clue. Well, it sounds really good. What else?
And then Formula One, the weekend of August 27th is the Dutch Grand Prix, and then the Italian Grand Prix. Forget about it is the 9th or the 3rd of September. IMSA on August 27th is at Virginia International Raceway, and IndyCar this weekend is at Indy Road Course, and then on the 27th they're at Gateway around the St. Louis area. So that's racing.
Is that going to be like a downtown race? Do you know?
No. It's going to be a circle track race.
Those cars really. I mean, on a circle track, no. Indianapolis, okay, that's one thing. But they're all at 1.5 miles, high banked, and they're going way too fast.
Way too fast.
And they
got to remember, a few years ago they were supposed to run at Dallas,
Texas, yeah.
At Texas, and they canceled it because they were too fast. And
Yeah,
they thought
the drivers didn't want to run it.
Unsafe.
Well, remember the guy got killed in Las Vegas, had his head cut off because it went up.
Was it Dan Weldon?
Went up into the fence because they were going too fast. It's nuts. Those cars are nothing but fast.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's fast because the engine, but it's also fast because the aerodynamics.
Correct.
And when one of them fails, bad things happen.
Bad things.
Yeah.
So that's the race car. Don, back to you.
I think that they all should be road courses. Either street courses or actual road courses like up in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Road America.
What a wonderful track that is. Yeah. I always used to love watching Riverside for NASCAR. Mm-hmm. And that was a great track. Kind of weird out in the desert.
Now it's a big subdivision.
It's not a very good part of town.
All right. Mr. Zekin is back.
Yep.
And he always has a feature for us. This week it's automotive calendars.
Yeah.
And how many automotive calendars have you bought in your life?
Oh, tons. But the calendar was first invented at 3100 BC was the first calendar.
Well, let's not talk
There were no
about that.
cars there. But
How
that's
did they
when
know it was BC?
Because it was on the calendar. They checked it off. So, I'll get into this, and then we're going to show what my version of a calendar would be for 2024.
Is
But
it
right
on
now,
a rock? Is it chiseled in a rock?
It's not chiseled in a rock. But calendars, again, way back, and my version, this is about the time of the year where you get that information and you plug in all those pretty pictures of cars and bikes and all that other stuff. But the first photo of a car was invented by Carl Benz in Mannheim, Germany, the first appearance on the Mannheim streets of Germany.
Do we have video of this?
No. You
No, but
can't.
we have Mannheim
No,
Steamroller music.
Oh, horrible.
The pictures are sensitive for trademark, so I couldn't pull those up. It wouldn't go through. So that's why we don't have any. But 1883 was the first one. The first color photograph was taken in 1906 of a girl in front of a 1902 Renault. And her father's truck or father's car.
A French thing.
Was it called the Ooh La La?
No, but her name was Suzanne Lemire, and she was the daughter of Louis Lemire, and it was his own Renault, an 8 horsepower car, and he did it for
Who knew?
a photograph. So
Oh, Renault knew.
Renault knew. So that's where the calendars started, and this actually is my version of a 2024 calendar. Check this out. These are the January through February. There you go. There's the first one.
Oh,
That's
it's a Tesla on
January.
fire.
It's January.
No, it's a Jaguar on fire.
Yeah, it's that's January, and then here we got February coming up.
Yeah,
February's a good
let's
month.
Let's see February.
There's February.
Oh my God! Is that another Tesla?
Well, I just put electric, and there's another one that's March.
Where's
March
Buzz?
is a good one.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
These cars are all on fire. If you're just listening and
Yeah,
not
these cars are
watching.
burning to the ground. There's one that is good. April, I believe. That's April, and of course, my month for May would be this one. You know, you're out in front of the house and you look out and boom, your car's on fire.
Uh-huh. The fire department pulls up and you go, "What's the big hubbub about?" Wait a minute, that's my car.
And I think there's a Porsche, and then I think there's a Range Rover behind it, but no flames or anything. No one was hurt in any of these. So there you go. There's a good one there.
Oh,
That's a good one. I think that's June.
Is that that's June?
There's
And
July.
there's August.
But it goes on. So these were my collection of what a calendar should look like.
Well, that one there's
for
burning down the tree.
2024. There you go.
I
There's
love
one.
it.
Yep.
What it,
You can get this at any of your Amazons
By the
or
way,
Walmarts.
here's
or
what I'm
whatever.
thinking: is that we'll all chip in $10 a piece, give you enough money to go and get these published.
Publish, yeah.
Yeah, and so it'll be the In Wheel Time 2024 wall calendar.
Yeah.
You can send off and get calendars created.
Oh, yeah,
Pretty
you
cheap.
can. You can.
Yeah, well, there are the pictures.
So
I love
it's that
that.
time of year to get all that information into your publisher and all that stuff to do that.
Huh. What a great idea, David.
Barbecue.
Barbecues.
Barbecue.
Barbecue
It's- it is-
calendar.
it is
There you
the-
go.
EVBQ.
Yeah, yeah.
EVBQ. By the way,
EVBQ.
and I've got a story about it, that big ship, they're thinking, imagine this, that it was an electric car that caused the big fire that ruined
Was the one
all
I did the report on?
the 4,000
Yeah.
cars
Yeah.
that were on the carrier.
Oh, well.
And it seemed as though, and I'll read the story, but it seems as though they put the electric cars up on the top shelf in the ship. Well, down it went through the.
They're going to have to change their way. They're going to have to do them in submarines, so it's easy to put them out. Just pull the plug.
Either that or have them implode.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was kind of
Oh,
insensitive,
yeah.
wasn't it? I didn't mean to be insensitive.
Well, do you know that there was a pool on the Titanic when it was
A swimming
going-
pool?
swimming pool. And do you know to this day there's still water in that swimming pool?
Is there still people swimming in it?
By the way, just to let everybody know, Jeff just got back from the UP.
Show us your T-shirt, Jeff.
Oh, the T-shirt, yeah.
Tell us what it is.
Can you see it?
Firehouse Cannabis Company. Yeah.
The fire station, locally owned cannabis company,
There you go.
locally owned and operated.
They're all
fire
over
station.
Wisconsin and Michigan and Ohio and all that.
Uh-huh.
It's like
The only fire station that promotes
promotes
smoke.
fire. Well, there's also a lot of Smokey the Bear stuff, to be honest with you, prevent forest fires because it is a beautiful nature.
Of course, Smokey the Bear. They have cocaine sharks. They might as well have Smokey the Bear.
Cocaine sharks. That's right. I remember that story. You know that story, David?
No, I don't know the story.
There's so much cocaine floating around in the Caribbean from the drug runners pitching it off the back of their boats. The sharks are eating it.
The sharks are eating
This is
it.
a true story.
This is a true
supposed
story.
to be a true
Yeah.
story.
Allegedly. It's like Bigfoot.
So do they get
Makes it-
addicted then?
It makes
Do they need more?
Makes their lips numb.
And they swim really, really fast.
Are they chasing the other boats to get more cocaine?
Do you know what
Apparently so.
Do you know
kind of
what
like whale watching?
the soft tissue between a shark's teeth, you know what that is? Slow swimmer.
Slow swimmer. We're back.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll be here all day.
How was your trip to the
It was
UP?
awesome. It was great.
Did you
the girls
enjoy
did
it?
a great planning job. It was every day it was something different. Every day it was a new experience. A lot of photographs.
Did you go to Mackinac Island?
Went to Mackinac. Well, we didn't go to the island. We just went across the bridge, and then we went up to Marquette and just stayed up in that area in the Superior.
Well, I'll tell you what. We went.
great.
David, of course, we've already talked about this. Had a great time up at David's cabin in the UP on Peck Bay.
That's on the east side, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the Huron side.
on the Huron side. And it's just absolutely stunningly beautiful. Everything about it was just tremendous. And we're hoping that David will invite Leslie and I back again.
Hint, hint, hint.
And
If he brings the wine and steak, he's welcome back, right?
Absolutely.
we didn't have any steaks, I don't think, did we?
That's
No.
why you got to bring
We had
a
a hamburger.
Alcohol.
A state of alcohol. We had that. Yeah, a great time. Beautiful water. Just the whole
clear. Oh my God, it was
the whole
clear.
thing is just absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Blue water.
And I'd heard of the UP of Michigan, but never had any idea.
Youper. You're a Youper, don't you
It's
know?
Youper.
Youper.
You betcha.
Of course, we all started talking like that once we got up there,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people do talk like that.
And it all kind of comes back, doesn't it?
Lake Superior is the largest of the 5 lakes. It's also the deepest. It's the coldest. As the year goes by, from January to December, the water temperature only changes 4 degrees, plus or minus.
Oh, wow.
Because it's so cold in one end and so warm at the other. Where we were at in Marquette, that area, that bay, freezes 3 to 4 feet.
Thick.
Yeah.
Thick. And they go out and
So
they
you-
ice fish. And there are
Car races
32,000
on it.
miles of snow machine or snowmobile trails. There's hundreds of miles of hiking, rock climbing, biking.
Don't give it all away. We'll
Oh, my
talk
God.
more. We got 3 hours to
I
go.
got pictures.
Hey,
Not
the
here.
In Real Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Real Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InRealTime.com, and podcasts are at your fingertips and over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets. The In Real Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In Real Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In Real Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Conrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWheelTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise Inn, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast That's channel. It for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.